It's interesting to me, the people who are in love with the AK and are in love with the M16, some of the reasons for it, I guess, especially. Uh, you see comments about how great the AK is because you don't have to clean it. And I always find that interesting. It is kind of true. There's no doubt about it. It will keep firing without much maintenance, you know. But then again, do you want to not clean your gun? I saw a comment from somebody who had been in the military, and he said that's just what you do. You clean your gun like every day. That's what you do in your downtime. Your gun is your mistress. It's so important. And you just maintain it. Is what you do. You maintain your firearm, and you make sure you think about it. If you're in the military, or wherever, whenever, Iraq, Vietnam, whatever the situation is, whenever, if it were me, and I think with most soldiers, I've not had experience in the military, but man, I would be anal about my firearm, because it is what my life depends on. And I don't know, tomorrow I'm in a firefight or whatever it is, and what. You can never know for sure whether a firearm is going to work 100%, can you? You might get a bad piece of ammo, or just some freak thing happen, some piece of lead or brass, copper lodge in the chamber a little bit, just enough to keep the next round from extracting properly. Your extractor would break. I mean, there's things that can happen, and that do happen, that you really have little or no control over. But one thing we do have control over is whether that chamber is dirty or not to start with. So it wouldn't matter whether I was carrying an AK or an M16 or whatever it is. Man, I would have that thing so clean when every chance I got. That thing would be so clean. Because, I'm just not going to depend on something working when it's dirty. I don't care what the design is. And like I said, you get a piece of dirt or a piece of lead or something lodged in the chamber that, you couldn't have anticipated, and it causes the shell to not extract properly, or the next one not to chamber correct, or whatever that might be. Well, maybe if you had that chamber perfectly clean, you might have had that same thing happen, but the tolerances would have been a little bit looser, and it wouldn't have hung up on you. Whereas if it was already dirty, it was at its limit to begin with, it might take less to create a problem, So I don't know, I've never understood that. On that same topic, people brag, you've heard people brag about how, man, I saw somebody, in fact, recently, in a comment, they had some kind of pistol, maybe it was a Glock or some kind. And they said they hadn't cleaned it in like 2 years or something, and they were just so impressed with it and all that kind of thing, which is great. You could do a test gun like that. Maybe I should do something like that with one of my Glocks or something. Just shoot it every month and never clean it and see how it does, or a SIG, whatever it might be. So if you're doing a test and you're testing a gun, that's fine. But boy, I would never do that with a firearm that I might carry or that I might depend on for any reason, And that's one reason I clean my gun. I religiously clean my guns. They might go till the next morning, we're doing a video or shooting and 2 or 3 different guns, and it's getting late when we get finished, and a lot of stuff to put away and want to go in and get cleaned up or upload video, all that kind of stuff. And I just don't want to right now clean guns. And the next morning I get right on it. But I'm really, really anal about getting those things clean, because I don't know for sure which one I might be depending on. I kind of know, but I don't know. That's part of it. And then the other part of it is just me and the nature of what we do, because I have a lot of firearms, and I could easily forget if I'm not careful. I don't want to have to start keeping a chart, which guns are clean, which ones are not. And I could do that. But I just I solved that for I've talked about before with paying bills. Just pay them when they come in, send it off, whatever, get it out of your life and get it done. And that's kind of what I do with firearms. I want to get them clean, back in the safe, in the sock, and I don't have to think about it. And then if I'm going to be doing some shooting, going to a friend's place or doing some shooting, I don't have to think about that. Like, is my gun clean? Is it ready? I don't know. Everybody does it differently, I guess. But again, part of it is that I have a lot of guns, so many, and I'd have trouble keeping up with which ones are clean and which ones were not. So anyway, that's just me. Just weird and proud of it, right?